Hello and welcome back to Rain Check. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after Theo had a conversation with Javier. He was trying to ask him for help in order to, investigate the whole snow leopard thing and then, what happened to him and Ro. But Javier, after having had a visit from Lawrence and learning what his priorities should quote unquote be, decided that he's not going to help because he technically has other and more important things to worry about. Because, as he said, Ro is safe, so there's no real pressing need to figure out what happened there, and his job isn't to investigate whatever he wants. His job is to investigate what he's being told to investigate, which is the harbor fire. Not only that, but he also feels that Theodore is a little too impatient and impulsive with what's going on, which, I mean, I honestly wholeheartedly agree. I kind of feel like, even though I wanted Theo to be the protagonist of the story, the main protagonist, not like some sort of just character that's there, I kind of feel like at the moment, Theo is heading down a path where he could get himself hurt because he has no backup. He is trying to I hesitate to say it, but it kind of feels like he's doing it because he has some preconceived connection with Ro, which, again, I still don't see, but like whatever. So yeah, like, he's very impulsive, at least as it feels like right now. It's like, dude, like, you can get hurt. Monty, who is tagging along with you, can get hurt. And not only that, but the fact that when you return to your hotel room, you found a camera there. So, like, yeah, you might want to, like, step back, maybe realize that you're in over your head. That's the word that I was looking for, or phrase. Anyways, but yeah, so, like, without further ado, let us continue and see what, Theo is going to do and what he finds out, and if there are any consequences to him deciding to go at it solo. Well, I finished speaking with the front desk. Thankfully, they can get me a new room in the same building for the remainder of my stay. 62nd floor. Dude, that's like amazing. You can basically see the entire city from all the way up there. Did you tell them about the tiny little camera that was peeping on you? I did, although maybe I shouldn't have crushed it. I don't think that they really believed me when I showed them the fragments. What? Let me talk to them. I was there too. I laughed nervously as I tried to block Monty's path. It's alright. It's fine now. You sure? I can give them a piece of my mind for being so stubborn. Maybe even like a 1-star review too. Seriously, it's fine. I think we should focus on figuring out what to do next. I got an idea. Let's just go back to where we saw Snowy and hope that he's there again. You mean the power plant? Yeah, dude. And also what is it called again? Speaky? Speezy? Speakeasy, yeah. That's where you guys saw him, right? Maybe he'll be there again. Chilling and hanging out? I don't know. It's just a suggestion. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but we can't guarantee that he'll be there, right? Besides, the police are at the power plant right now. I doubt Snowy's gonna be there. I scratch my head and look at Monty as I try to come up with any idea. Man, Ro and Javier make this look so easy. Well, I guess I should relocate my stuff into the new room first, before we decide what to do next. Yeah, dude, and then maybe we could get something to eat after. I'm starving. Phew, that took longer than expected. Good thing that there's no hidden cameras in this room. Not that we could spot them. Yeah, thanks for checking for me. With that out of the way, I think that I have a good idea of what to do next. Are we gonna go to the power plant? Speak easy? We getting food? Cause dude, I could go for some food right now. I'm so hungry for some reason. No, I'm about to ask for help. I'm not sure if this will work, but it's worth a shot. Whoa, Theo. You're not thinking about calling the police, are you? Remember what I told you? They don't listen. No, not the police. I know someone who's actually staying a few floors above. Really? Are they your friend? Kinda. I met them earlier this week when I was by the gardens. Maybe they know a way to find Snowy. I was talking about him earlier with Javier. His father owns No Televisions and they specialize in security cameras and stuff like that too. Really? No Televisions? Your friend must be like a gazillionaire then. Dude, I wish I had a rich dad. Um, yo, but we can't just ask your friend to help us find a criminal. They won't buy it, will they? Oh, I know. What if we say we're looking for a friend? Our long lost friend from, I don't think that'll be a good idea, considering we don't even know Snowy's name. Never mind, hee hee. Let's go find your friend then. We both step out onto the 65th floor and notice a large portion in the hallway sectioned off, forcing us to walk the other side. What's going on here? That doesn't look normal. You're asking me. I guess this is what happens when you have two floors all to yourself. Whoa! Two floors? Why don't they just buy out the entire hotel at that point? Makes me feel small. I'm tempted to cheer Monty up, but now isn't the time for that. Not with the ominous tension that has been hanging over us since we stepped out of the elevators. We continue down the hall searching for any obvious door to knock. Dude, my head is spinning trying to figure out which room is the entrance. They all look the same. There aren't even any numbers on them. Maybe it's at the end of the hall? Although, I think we're about to loop back around. Excuse me, gentlemen, but this floor is currently closed to the public. Turning around, we spot a large male black bear in a suit gesturing for us to return to the elevators. Oh, sorry. I didn't know which door to knock on. I retrieved the business card that David had given me earlier in the week, noticing its less than pristine condition. Uh, David told me to come visit him. The bear shoots us a judgmental glance as he accepts the card from his paw and scrutinizing it carefully. I see. My apologies. Please follow me. He guides us down the winding hallway and stops in front of a set of doors, seemingly identical to the rest. Right this way. The large bear escorts us inside and points us to a couple of sofas by the window. Please feel free to make yourselves comfortable. I'll notify Master David immediately. The bear disappears around a corner, and we're left in his massive room by ourselves. Yo, they even call him a master? How you managed to meet someone like that, dude? It's a really long story. The boar ignores me and rushes over to the window, pressing his face against the window as he gestures for me to join him. And here I thought it would have finally stopped raining, dude. But hey, look! You can see my house from over here. Oh, and there's the hospital, and over there's the power plant. You know, it's kinda cool that we can see a lot of the city from this angle. And not an acknowledgement, my gaze fixed on the dark clouds gathering on the horizon. Looks like another big storm is forming. Yeah, hopefully it'll miss us cause I hate getting wet. Oh shoot, I'm gonna get soaked. I didn't bring an umbrella and I gotta head back to the hospital later. I frown as I'm reminded of Rose's condition. Hey Monty, can I ask you something that's kinda been on my mind? Yeah, dude? After we arrived at the hospital, besides Javier popping up momentarily, no one really came to visit Ro. None of his family members came to visit. You don't think he's all alone, do you? I'm just worried about him and his condition, especially the fact that he has amnesia. Oh, but none of my family members came to visit me either. But that's probably because they all live far away. So I guess I'm also alone in the city. I mean, why don't we just ask? Right. He can't remember. I'm probably not really helping, am I? Uh. Hey, don't worry about it, man. I'm sure he has people that live close by to look after him. Yeah, probably. I mean, no one came to visit me either, which is a relief. The last thing that I need is my mom finding out and flying over just to put me on blast. See, I'm sure Rose's family is just too far away. He pats my back reassuringly before his jaw drops, his gaze fixing on something behind me. Dude, no way. I just realized how big this room is. It's like the bank I work at with how long this place stretches out. I didn't know hotel rooms could connect together like this. I watch as Monty diligently explores the area before his attention is drawn to the fancy glass table across the way, where he starts sifting through the items atop it. Hey, look! Free food! He grabs an apple and starts waving it at me before biting into it. I really don't think that you should be eating that. Hey, it's Mr. Theodore! I turn around and see the familiar reindeer running towards me at full speed. Oof. Hey, David. It's been a bit. How's it going? It's been here and there, mostly still bored, but I'm really glad that you decided to visit. David peers around me and waves at Monty at the back, his face panicked as he tries his best to finish the apple. Hi there, Mr. Bandages. Oh, I hope you don't really mind that I brought my friend along with me. He really wanted to tag along. It's cool. The more the merrier. It's been kind of lonely, and I would be kidding if I didn't want more people to talk with. Hey, dude. I hope you don't mind me snacking on an apple. I didn't eat much earlier. This is Monty. Monty, this is David. Wait. Hold up. You're Master David? You got the whole place to yourself, right? Oops, sorry about the apple. I honestly thought that you'd be a lot taller. And older. And taller. I get that a lot. Well, anyway, enough about me. What's up? Did you guys want to hang out? How about I show you how I edit my photos for my magazine? Or maybe if your friend is still hungry, I could order some food for us? Free food? Well, yeah, sure. But first, I was also wondering if you could, help me find someone first? Uh, Suddenly my mind goes blank, and I suddenly nudge Monty, hoping he'll pick up on the cue and assist me in handling the situation delicately. Oh! Yeah, dude, we're looking for Snowy. There is Snow Leopard that's also a criminal. My eyes widen in shock at Monty's bluntness. Criminal? Ooh, crime. What did they do? It's, kind of a long story. Ro and I were trailing them the other night when a car came out of nowhere and shot at us. Ro's in the hospital now because of it, but thankfully he's awake. Whoa, that's terrible. Have you tried calling the police? No, but they're not gonna help us with something like this. Oh, okay. So you want me to figure out who this snow leopard is? Yeah, I know it's a bit ask. Um, but I thought because your dad owns No Televisions, you could help us somehow? Do you know if he can? If it's possible? Hmm. Okay, give me a sec. The reindeer takes out his phone and taps on the screen for a couple of seconds before putting it away. I think my dad's out right now, but I don't think he'll mind if I use his laptop for a second, especially for a case like this. Monty and I exchange glances at David's remark. Let's take the stairs to my dad's room. His laptop is always in his room. I think that there's still some guests upstairs chatting about, but you don't need to worry about them. Guests? Does that mean that there's food too? There should be. David beckons us to follow him as he leaves through a different door on the other end of the room. We follow David up the stairs and enter another room similar to the one below. There are a couple of groups scattered around the room, all dressed up and deep in conversation with one another. Okay, you guys wait here. I'll find his laptop and bring it out here. Hey, look! Food! Monty disappears off to the table of refreshments before I can even respond. I look around trying to find a place to sit and wait until I spot a familiar looking white fox from across the room, talking to another tall, slender suited fox. Is that Magnus? I walk over slowly, eager to get a better look. Those white robes are unmistakable, yet that's definitely him. But what is he doing here? Is he somehow related to No-Tell? Magnus notices me and dismisses the man before waving me over. Tiger boy, I see you have found me again. What brings you around? Do you bring your handsome fox friend here as well? He looks around and gives me a wink. No, he's not here. He, couldn't make it. And that is a shame. I was hoping to get to know him more personally again. Just what the hell happened between them? I see. He erupts into laughter, drawing the attention of the entire place before smiling at me. I joke. He grabs my paw and leans in to kiss it, leaving me visibly flustered and red-faced. My apologies, but I do not even know your name. Theodore. Interesting, Theodore. I do not know you were also a fellow investor. I'm not an investor. I see. So, business owner then? No, I'm not that either. I'm just here with David. He nods, his expression reflecting even more astonishment than when he first mistook me for an investor. David? Oh, my apologies. I did not know you were friends with Mr. No-Tell's son. Magnus suddenly looks a lot more nervous. I wonder what's up. I guess you could say that. What about you? Do you know No-Tell? He gives me a cheeky smile before shrugging back. It would appear such, wouldn't it? I smile back awkwardly, not sure how to respond to that. Well, I was just wondering, how did that night go with you and Javier the other night? Oh, where to begin? It was excellent. The fox has a way with words and was very helpful with them, as well as his body. Did he not say this to you? I blink awkwardly, trying to interpret what he just said. No, not really. He told me that he was mainly a witness to a contract that you had to sign. Yes, that is correct. Although I advise you to be wary of who you tell this information to. What do you mean? There are people here. His voice trails off as he nervously flicks his eyes towards a group of people behind him, adjusting his robes. I look over, but there's nothing conspicuous about them. Nevertheless, your handsome friend was very helpful in being a substitute. His act and behaviors were exactly what I needed. I had suspected something foul in the air. Ah, but I have said too much. Do not worry, Theodore. Think nothing of it. I raise a brow, confused at specifically what he's referring to. Before I can say a word, he catches me off guard by delivering another swift kiss to my paw. It has been nice catching up with you, but I will be taking my leave now. May we meet again? The large fox winks at me before promptly exiting into the hallway. What the hell did he mean by all that? I am almost tempted to chase after him, but Monty waves me down carrying a platter of fruits in his paw as he makes his way over. Yo, Tio, who was that you were just talking to? Looks like my Gramps from the retirement home. You ever heard of the Delta Antarctic Expedition? He throws a paw full of fruits into his mouth as he nods. Yeah, dude. Is he the guy that found that all? His face turns red as he swallows his food. Whoops. I mean, isn't he the guy that found the oil? He's a big shot. Yeah, I was just talking with Magnus. That's kinda crazy. He looks a lot fatter in person. How'd you manage to get him to notice you? Dude, at this point, who don't you know? I saw him at the speakeasy the other night. That's how I recognized him just now. Hey guys, what are we laughing at? David pops up from behind me, holding a sleek black laptop in his paws. Oh, it's nothing. Yo, you know Theo knows Magnus? The dude who found the oil and made tons of money? Theo was just talking to him a moment ago. Note to self, do not expect Monty to keep his mouth shut. Hey, you know him too? He's kind of a longtime friend of my dad. I guess they're more like business partners than anything now that I think about it. I see. Hey, quick question. Was Magnus at the meeting the other night with Javier? Maybe. I know that there was an after party my dad hosted for all the businesses, friends, and executives there, but I didn't attend. I was already asleep, I think. An after party? Magnus and Javier never mentioned something like that. Anyway, I got the laptop. Let's see if we can find that bad guy. We follow David as he trots over to the closest table and boots up the laptop in his paws. There is a bunch of password prompts and paw print scans before he's finally able to log in. Technically, I'm not allowed to do this, but since I'm helping you track down a criminal, I think my dad would approve. He opens up a program with a bunch of maps of the city and points at the screen. Do you know which area you were in when you last saw the baddie? I can try to find them with some of the CCTVs we have. I stare at the map, feeling utterly disoriented as I struggle to recall the street layout. You wouldn't happen to know where the library is, Monty? The fancy bar that's really popular near the ghetto? Yeah, dude. I've been there a few times. Let's see. That should be right here. The board points to the section of the map, causing David to zoom in on it. Is there any footage near the alleyways of the library? Okay, let me check. The reindeer frowns at the screen as he fiddles with the controls. He's clearly never done this before as minutes go by. Oh no. It looks like there's only one CCTV that we own in this area, and it only points at the bar that you mentioned. Not to mention it's kinda high up on the office building. Oh well, we can check it anyways. Cool. Can you see if there was any recordings from 2 nights ago around 7 p.m.? Sure. I just need to press a few buttons and... Monty and I stare eagerly at the monitor as David fiddles again with the controls before a video player pops up, with the controls focused directly at the intersection the speakeasy is on. Hey, is this it? Yeah. Is it possible to zoom in closer to that building there? We all squint as the video flickers between different qualities while zooming onto a small section of the screen. The picture quality remains surprisingly clear and smooth, even with such a close zoom. And that should be it. I guess we can let it play back and see if we notice anything. The three of us stare attentively as the sped up video plays. Nothing unusual happens for a good 30 seconds until I notice two dark figures walk up to the building before disappearing out of frame. That must be Ro and Javier. Their silhouettes are unmistakable. The video continues to speed forward, but nothing much happens until a group of four enter the building through the non-existent door. And that was us with Lawrence. Seconds continue to pass as the video zips forward, with patrons leaving the speakeasy intermittently. Occasionally, someone enters the speakeasy, but the camera reveals their clothing and they don't match the description of the survivor or anyone we know. Dude, talk about spooky. I can't believe it's playing back this level of detail. And it's even in color. Should I be worried about being spied on when I'm out in public? Of course not. Nobody has access to this except for my dad, and he's only ever used this manual override for good. What do you guys even use this for? Well, we sell surveillance camera services to companies, and also the government, for monitoring. The video footage also gets used as training data for one of my dad's latest upcoming projects, but you didn't hear that from me. Hehe. Phew, that's good to know. I was worried that... I pat Monty's arm, signaling him to look at the screen and to pay attention. Guys, look. I tap the screen and manage to slow the playback speed, squinting at a pair of figures standing outside the building. Hey, that looks like Snowy. And he's with someone else too. Oh, isn't that the polar bear security guard that helped us open the gardens? What was his name again? Mr. Christopher? I ignored the two and continued to study the video, my eyes locked onto the snow leopard. They're just standing there. What are they doing? Deciding to speed the video back up, the pair continued to stand there for quite some time before heading inside. Is it just me, or did it feel like they were waiting for something or someone? Yeah, but it also looked like they were discussing something too, with the way that they were standing, you know? A gray figure that has a striking resemblance to Lawrence suddenly emerges from the exit and peers around the corner before walking out of frame. I guess this is Lawrence tracking down the survivor, although it's not clear where he's going or where the survivor is. After just a bit more time passes, a small sedan pulls up directly outside of the speakeasy. Christopher emerges out of the building and gets into the vehicle, which drives off seconds later. Hey, the security guard got a ride back home. Almost immediately, the snow leopard exits as well, constantly glancing over his shoulder as he disappears from view, walking into the dark alleyway on the side. Only for Ro and I to appear right afterwards. Hey, look, it's you, dude. Dissatisfied with the results, I shake my head, expecting to see something more interesting. Man, so this only confirms what happened that night. It doesn't really tell us where the snow leopard went. Wait, dude, look! Monty's paw follows the gray blur, rushing by just off-screen of the speakeasy. What is that thing? Rewind and zoom out. Go, 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 go. I'm on it. David scrambles at the controls, practically smacking the keyboard in a frenzy. Somehow he manages to rewind the footage just enough to catch a blur darting past a couple of buildings at the intersection, this time at a slower pace as the video zooms out. Holy shit. Is that the snow leopard? Hey, that's great. That means we found him, right? My excitement quickly dies as I shake my head. No, not really. I knew he was able to escape that night. He doesn't really tell us where he went. Even if there was a blood trail left behind, it's most likely been washed away by all the rain that we've had these past few days. David, do you happen to have any cameras pointed in the direction where the snow leopard ran off? No, it doesn't look like we have that many in this neighborhood. I nod and rewatch the surveillance footage again to see if I had missed something, but I'm not able to catch anything. Sorry, I couldn't have done more to help you catch that criminal. Are you sure the police can help? They do a lot of stuff in my country. I smile back at David's innocence. I'm afraid so. And even so, I don't think that they'll take this stuff seriously. At least not with the time that I have left. Oh. Well, what now? Good question. My first thought was to go back to the speakeasy and see where the snow leopard could have ran to, but that seems like a dumb idea. Do you think it's a smart idea to ask that polar bear that was with them? It might be worth a shot. Maybe he'll tell us when he learns that the guy that he was with was a criminal. I think Christopher already knows that. Why else would he be together that night? Hey dude, maybe they're just really good friends. Maybe even lovers. You never know. Wow, lovers. How romantic. What? Not lovers. They probably know each other though. I guess I don't have much of a choice, huh? I look for reassurance from the two, but David looks lost in thought. Hey Mr. Theodore? I'm just wondering, what exactly did the snow leopard do? Why are they a criminal? You said that you guys got shot, but they didn't shoot you, did they? That's right. I didn't even explain it to you. Monty and I are pretty sure that they're related to Blackout, if not the leader of it. Blackout? Yeah, have you heard of them before? We're pretty sure that they're a gang that's been targeting people like us. The reindeer blinks a few times with a confused expression. Blackout? I think that I heard someone mention that earlier this week, but I can't really remember because I wasn't paying attention. Really? Do you remember the context? What was going on when they mentioned it? He continues to blink vacantly, staring through me. Black out. It was my dad. He said that I should stay away from blackout no matter what. I think you two should leave now. I can't be associated with anything related to blackout. What? David, what are you talking about? Security. Take these two misters out of here. Several large bears in oversized black suits emerge from various doors around us, while everyone else stares at us in horror. Huh? What? Dude, what's going on? Where'd all these men come from? David, wait. Ouch. They didn't have to push out that hard and shove us into the elevator. Can't they see that we still got bandages on? Next time, I'm keeping my mouth shut. That happened so fast. Did you see how many guys came out? I can't believe David kicked us out. Did you see how fast your friend switched moods? Like, 1 second he was super happy and then all of a sudden he just went crazy? Now I'm wondering what his father told him about blackout. And how it's related to no-tell visions. There must be a deeper connection to no-tell visions we're not seeing. What are we getting ourselves into? I mean, yo, if I was a billionaire, I would probably also tell my son to stay away from organized crime gangs, you know? Yeah, you're right. But we can't just give up yet. Not when we've come this far. But like, the only thing left to do is ask that polar bear, right? I let out a deep sigh and frown at how limited we are with options. Yeah, and it seems like our best shot too. If I had to guess, he's probably at the casino, since that's where I first saw him. Do you think that you could talk to him instead? I think it might be better since he doesn't know who you are. Yeah, of course I can. But like, what do I even ask him? It's not like I can just say, yo, where's your lover, Snowy? They're not lovers. We just need to be more subtle with our questioning. Dude, you don't know that. I ignore Monty's remark and call the elevator. Whoa, talk about dark and gloomy. I can barely see anything in front of me. This way. We head to the entrance expecting to find Christopher on duty, but the area is particularly deserted. In fact, now that we're closer, there's no one in sight. Did news break out about the incident here? Why is there hardly anyone here? Hey, there's no security here. What do we do? Can we just go in? Yeah, let's go in before someone sees us, especially for you. Keep a lookout for a polar bear. Time to be sneaky. Minutes pass by as we end up lapping around the casino with no sign of Christopher anywhere. In fact, there's hardly anyone around compared to the other day. You think Christopher's on break? Or maybe he's off today? Maybe. Well, he was at the gardens before too. Maybe he's somewhere at the lobby? Theo, what if we don't find him? Because I feel like he might not be here. I frown, realizing just how fruitless this might be. Hmm. Then... Then I guess we don't find him. But it's worth trying, right? Definitely, dude. Let's loop around again. We end up spending a good while circling around the casino a few more times before we're certain that he's not there. At this point, it might be better asking the staff if Christopher is here or not. Alright, we can ask the front desk over there. I turn around and notice Monty's several steps behind me trying to keep up pace. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, kinda like a bit tired from all the walking that we've been doing today. You think that I can just sit down somewhere for a bit? Sure, you can sit over there. I gesture towards the lounge area next to the kiosks, keeping an eye out for Christopher as I walk Monty over. I stand and watch as Monty plops down on the sofa and clutches his legs. Are you okay? You look really tired. Give me a bit to rest my eyes too. I try to look around the lobby, seeing if Christopher could be amongst the crowd. Still nothing. I shake my head, bury my face in my paws as the sinking feeling of failure grips onto me. Christopher probably isn't working today. And even if he is, I was so close. I don't want to give up yet, but I'm against the clock and I don't have any other options left. Any ideas, Monty? Monty? I look over and see Monty's eyes closed, his paws clutched together at his chest. Hey, are you okay? Dizzy. Dizzy? Hey, what do you mean by dizzy? He struggles to get up, his legs staggered. Don't try to stand. You're gonna fall. Monty's legs suddenly give, and I'm barely able to catch him as we both stumble onto the floor. Ouch. Hey, Monty, are you okay? I nudge Monty's face. Monty? Hey, say something. Crap, he's not responding. Oh no, is this related to his heart condition? A large crowd starts to form around us, and I grow more and more panicked as Monty continues to lay motionless. Someone call an ambulance, please. I try to stare out the window, but the darkness outside makes it reflect my image. So much for seeing the night sky. God, I'm so fucked up. I frown at my reflection before trying to roll myself onto my back. The doctors didn't tell me what they did, but at long last my body isn't screaming in pain. I'm not complaining. I gaze apathetically at the clock on the wall. Tick, tick, tick. The heavy feeling of exhaustion slowly lurches up and my mind starts to drift off. Just how long am I stuck here for? But even if I recover, where the hell do I go from this amnesia? Besides that tiger, things have been awfully quiet. No family, no coworkers, no friends. I wonder if anyone even knows I'm here. Did I even have any family or friends? Maybe the answer is as simple as that. What kind of life was I living? Oh, Theodore. He looks worn out. I wonder what happened since this morning. Hey, it's me again. How are you feeling? I wince back in discomfort. Ah, okay. Still can't speak, right? No worries. I'll be quick. The tiger sits down on the sofa, staring at the floor, his voice quiet and trembling. This can't be good. I visited Javier earlier, your investigation partner. I asked if he could help me look into who did this to you. But he refused and said that there were more important things to look into at the moment and called me impatient. His head sways as he wipes his eyes. How could he call me impatient when he wasn't even there? If we don't act soon, we might not get another opportunity to figure out what happened to us, to you. Not to mention, he's never even visited once. I know I can't do much even if I uncover the truth, but I was hoping that you and Javier could look into it after you got better and regained your memories. I wanted to do something meaningful in my life for once, and you gave me a reason to try. I comfort him with a weak smile, trying my best to understand where he's coming from. It's awkward being told things that I can't remember, but I feel for you, Theodore. It must be so lonely being here all by yourself. I'm sorry, Ro. I wish that I could keep you company longer, but tomorrow's my last day here. I have to go home soon. I'm not from around here. I don't belong here. His breathing is erratic, and he takes a deep breath before continuing. I was foolish. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have promised anything when I don't even have the capabilities. I'm not some superhero. I'm not even on the same level as you and Javier. I barely made any progress before shit hit the fan. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I only have one more lead, and after that, I guess it's up to Javier. He. Has he visited you? A fox with big round glasses? I frown and shake my head as slowly as I can. I thought so. He'd rather work on finding the survivor than visit you. I'll try my best tomorrow. If I don't figure it out, then I don't figure it out. It's just, we came so close. We were right there, and well, things started falling apart. Especially today. Monty's in the ICU. I, I really don't know anymore. They wouldn't tell me what's wrong with him, but he wasn't breathing properly and was having spasms. What the hell is going on? That same boar from earlier, now in the ICU? I, I want you to have this, in case I don't see you again tomorrow, Ro. The tiger takes out a folded note from his pocket and places it next to my pillow. It's a keepsake. I wrote it just for you. Something to remember me by. Ah, the bell. It's almost 11. Visiting hours are almost over. I should keep going before they kick me out like before. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, thank you for everything. I'll never forget you. I swear on it. He walks out, and just like as soon as he came, he's gone. I lean to the side of my pillow and grab the note with my teeth. I struggle for a good whole minute before I'm able to wrestle open the note with a paw. Hi, Ro. I'm forever grateful for what you did for me. This past week has been nothing short of memorable. It might be silly to say, but maybe one day we'll see each other again and I can properly thank you. If and when your memories return to you, I hope that you're able to remember the times that we had. I'll never forget the sacrifice you did to save my life. Theodore. A sense of guilt and frustration wells up inside of me as I feel a wet sensation on my face. Am I crying? I can't fully understand, and I don't think I ever will until I remember, but the sentiment is real enough, and that's apparently enough for me to react emotionally. Fuck. What a day. I spent so long in the hospital making sure Monty's condition stabilized, but it never did. In the end, I was kicked out because they had to operate on him. Man, what the fuck is going on? I take a deep breath, feeling the pressure mount against my chest. I only have one more chance tomorrow, and I'm not even sure that it'll get me anywhere. But I have to at least try. If I get any useful information, I guess I can go back to Javier's place and let him know, even if he probably doesn't want to see me again. And then after that, I should probably pack my stuff since I'm leaving tomorrow. I lay down on the bed and my head buried in the mound of pillows. But what happened today? I can't even begin to process what it all means. My stomach churns as I begin to have second thoughts. Maybe I'm in way over my head. Who the hell is knocking at this time of the night? Worried, I get up and approach the door slowly and stare through the spyglass. There's nobody there. Concerned, I decide not to open the door. I'm about to turn around when another knock echoes through the door. I peek through the spyglass one more time and see the tip of someone's shoe at the edge. Theodore? Are you there? My blood freezes as I recognize my name through the door, although I fail to recognize who it is with their muffled voice. I slowly back away from the door, weighing my options. Who could it possibly be? Names still running through my head, but none of them make any sense. Are you okay, Theodore? It's me, Lawrence. To be continued. Rain check. According to the recording, it is an hour 40 minutes. I'm not sure if this is going to be 2 episodes or one longish episode. So let's begin with the second half of this video after leaving Javier's apartment. So, Theodore, in my belief, is a little bit over his head. Over his head, yeah, that's the right expression. Over his head. Because as Javier mentioned earlier, he doesn't know. He is not trained in what they are trained in. He doesn't work in what they work in. And he essentially is just a civilian. He has no police training, no investigative training, nothing. He is like Tom from the other visual novel would probably be better off investigating than this dude. That being said, he did uncover something interesting. Actually, two things. First of all, that Notel Visions apparently has security cameras all over the city that are being used to train a probably AI or something. It reminds me a little bit of that program from the Fast and the Furious movies. I forgot what it's called. I want to call it God Eye, but I am probably sure that that's not the right name that they use in those movies, where it's literally a system that literally has access to, I think it was cameras and like computers and a whole bunch of other random stuff like that. Within, the world of Fast and the Furious. And I believe that that's kind of what this is, where that's what it's being trained on. Basically, a surveillance system similar to the one used in, I think it's China, that is able to pinpoint its like citizens and things like that. See how they're doing, etc., etc. That's probably what it's for. And the other interesting thing that they pointed out is the fact that David reacted suspiciously to the name Blackout. Not only did he suddenly go from his happy-go-lucky, kind of immature, well, not immature, but he acts like a kid, persona, attitude, whatever, to just being like stone-faced and then saying like, yeah, get out. Like with no real explanation aside from the fact that his father told him, yeah, don't associate with anything Blackout. Like, he could have said, you know what, I'm sorry, guys. My dad told me to stay away from this, so I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Instead, it was like, nope, get out of here. But at the same time, it also looked like he was trying to mull over the name. So I'm pretty sure he mentioned it before, or he might know what's going on. Maybe his father is associated with it, and he doesn't want to, get his father in trouble, maybe? Maybe he is developing the program for Blackout, since apparently there's some sort of conspiracy type thing. And, obviously, Bro is fine, quote unquote. He is physically fine. He still can't really talk, but that's understandable. He still has amnesia. I think it was kind of bad for... This is relating again to the first video now. I think it is kind of presumptuous for Theodore to assume that Javier doesn't care about Ro. Because first of all, Javier is Ro's partner, who he has been working with for a while now, who he gets along with. He is probably like the only person that I can see Javier getting along with, because apparently, he doesn't like go into the office. He does hang around with Ro. He is able to joke around with him and things like that. That's not something that you don't that's not something that you would do with somebody that you don't really care about. And this is evident by the fact that, again, talking about the first part now, the fact that Javier is probably coping with what happened by sinking into his work. And from the looks of it, he was trying to follow the leads that they already had, that they were currently working on, which is, what's going on at the convention and whatnot. And it wasn't until Lawrence arrived and told him, like, yeah, no, forget that, shell that for now, who cares? We have to focus on the fire that Javier was like, yeah, I guess priorities. And for some people, especially when traumatic things happen, they instead focus on work because that's something that they can control. And what happened to Ro and what happened to Theodore is something that they cannot control. Speaking about Javier, that's something that he cannot, do anything about. So working, it's his coping mechanism. It's his thing that he can control. It's his thing that, as far as he is concerned, it's something that he can do something about. Because again, like he said, I think he can't do anything about Ro. And like, yeah, I'm Theodore is seeing this from a lens of like, will they hurt my boyfriend, this guy who I was, not really anything with, who I have fallen in love with, like in the span of a week. Okay, I'm generalizing this a little bit too much, I know, but he's the one that's kind of being emotional right now. They're both dealing with this the wrong way, and I kind of get the sense that that's on purpose, because again, certain options for doing certain things were graded out, and I know it's because the writer is writing it to get to like the end, and then writes the other sections to get to that end. So it's gonna be like split, meaning that you have to play this more than once and in order to get the bigger picture. So my guess that is why Javier is acting this way. I'm assuming that if Javier had said, Theodore, you were right when you were given the option, that instead of Theo basically accusing him of not caring and then dragging Monty around and, causing him to have probably a heart attack or something, or a stroke, that would not have happened, that it would have been him and Javier looking into the, the things. It was I kind of foresaw that something was going to happen to Monty because first of all, he had to have his examinations and he was skipping out on that. You, Theo, knew that he had a heart condition that was exacerbated by what happened. And of course, you drag him along instead of, saying like, oh, you know what, dude? No. I need you to go to the hospital at least to get checked up while I'll, continue to do my leads. After you're done, then you come find me. But no, he was too concerned in trying to gather some information to feel useful, in his own words, to feel useful, to do something meaningful in his life, which, apparently helping his mother after the father died or whatever was not meaningful. So, like, Anywho. So, what else? Again, related to the second half of this. I really feel that is more or less what is happening with the story right now. Why it kind of feels like it's going against everyone. That, Ro gets amnesia, that Javier is too preoccupied with other things that don't seem to be of import at the moment, that David reacted the way he did, that Monty that whatever happened to Monty happened, and that basically it's the last day and Theo is gonna have to leave now. I'm pretty sure that it's because we're getting not the bad part of the story first, but more of the this is what happens if you make the wrong decisions part, I guess. You're getting the I don't have all the information yet part of the story. And then gradually, as all the other options that were originally grayed out become available, when they're written out, when they're actually written, then we'll get more of what we're missing right now. I mean, obviously, we'll get more of what we're missing because it'll be there, but you know what I mean. Anyways, so yeah, what are your thoughts? Write it down in the comments and we'll discuss. And thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Rain Check yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have the Twitter page. And I don't know if they have a Blue Sky. If they do, I'll link that. But those will have direct links to the HIO page, which You can download the visual novel from there and play it. And, you know, if you happen to see this when all the other options are there, then, you can figure out what you're not seeing right now in this video. And what else? And if they have, I'm pretty sure they have a Patreon. Yeah, they have a Patreon. I keep forgetting if these visual novels have Patreons because I think that they started without one. If they have one, I will link that down in the description, and that usually nets you early access to builds of the visual novel, along with works in progress and all that other good stuff. So yeah, all other pertinent links, my Coffee, my Throne, in case you want to help crowdfund some new stuff, for recording equipment, etc., etc. That's down in the description as well. And by the time you guys see this, the public sees this will be June, so the competition, well, not the competition, the giveaway will be over. But for everyone else that's a channel member, the giveaway is still going, in case you haven't done it. And the password, because I have seen some channel members that don't know the password, it's right there in the community notes. Look for it, it's right there. Anyways, but yeah, so for everyone else that sees this later in June, ignore this. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Go away now. Go.